As always, we're catching up to the cat. He is already outside with his harness on, which took an extra long time to do today. He's very uncooperative. But here's the cat. Okay, and I'm gonna try talking like way quieter and softer to him today. Because the last few times I've taken him for a walk when we've been streaming, I think he's been like really upset at how loud I've been. So we got the leash on, and I'm gonna be chill. He's upset that I've been like a loud ass obnoxious streamer. In my own garden, mind you. My garden, not his garden. So we're gonna tone down the volume and the expression a little bit. And we're just gonna be a chill lead holder for his walk here. Yeah, we're getting a sneak peek at the shed straight away. I don't usually open the shed when I take him for a walk, so he always does enjoy coming in here when it's available. But oh god, he's already tangled on his leash. Why did he just do a 180? He's gonna upset himself being tangled in the leash. And he's gonna blame it on me. I don't know if that came through the microphone, but he's really upset at me already. It didn't take long. You doing okay, Stormy? Not too upset at me? It's all chill, right? It's all chill. There must be a lizard or something in the bush, because he completely ignored the dog that was just walking by on the street. Lizard takes priority over dog, apparently. wonder what he was seeing. Oh, sit down time. Not sure how I feel about this sitting down. We're out here to walk. He can go sit down in his catio anytime he likes. He even has one of these exact pavers in his catio. Come on, Stormy, you want to go do stuff? Let's go do stuff. Let's see if we can convince him to walk. You want to keep going, Stormy? Oh, no, making him turn around, apparently. Okay, back the way we came. Oh, God. I'm getting flashbacks to when we sat here for like 30 minutes staring at these plants because there was a lizard in there. Is the same thing going to happen now? We'll see. You might be able to hear Burb in the background doing some gaming through the window. If you hear any unaccounted for sounds, that's what it is. What was he possibly smelling on that wall? The plant makes more sense than the wall somehow. In 4 hours, we have a session of multiplayer Civilization 6 scheduled. I'm actually quite excited for that. If I get time before the session, I'm going to read through the leader list, the civilization list again. Because I've played the Dutch enough now, I think. It's time to find another civ to play for a little bit. But I really liked playing the Inca, I liked playing the Maui, I liked playing Australia, I liked playing the Dutch. I think it's time to find another civ. This is a favorite spot of his to just sit and stare. There must be like a whole family of lizards that lives in this little garden bed here, tucked into the corner of the house. Because he's always coming here and just sitting and looking. Aren't you, Stormy? Oh, we're going in. We're going in. We're moving. Back the way we came. I'm so glad we did that little movement. That really changed the scenery. We have the whole garden to explore, Stormy. Are you sure you want to stop here? I don't know how well it's coming through on stream or not, but you can see his fur patches that he got shaved off. I don't think that's coming through on the camera at all. But it's starting to grow back. It's only like 50% growing back from where he needed to get shaved, to get examined by the vet. Oh, you can see a pigeon over there. Sitting right between the two poles on the carport. There's a pigeon just sitting there. And he is looking directly at it. There he goes. He just flew off. Did you want to eat the pigeon, Stormy? Hello, Coro. How's it going? How's your weekend been going so far? It must be... It's 2 p.m. my time? So that makes it... I don't know. I don't know what it makes it. It's still a reasonable time for you though, right? I think it's a reasonable time Saturday for you. I won't be able to finish the reassembly today, but this will be the last time I stream it, I think. Because there's probably going to be a few little things I need to do that aren't going to warrant a whole stream's worth of work for. Like I do need to buy another screw for inside the carburetor. I probably need to replace the fuel hose because it was looking, that goes from the tank to the carburetor, because it was looking pretty worse for wear when I pulled it off the bike. But I'll get it like mostly back together, I think, this stream. And then there's just a few little things I'll have to do. There you go, midnight. Not too bad. we have Civ 6 in 6 hours, not 6 hours, in 4 hours. So hopefully you're asleep by then. Last time you woke up while we were still playing, which was crazy. That is not enough sleep, Caro. But yes, I am talking very quiet and very comforting and very chill. Because the last few times I've taken the cat for a walk, I think he's been very upset at how loud I've been. I've been a loud, obnoxious streamer, and he starts like meowing at me like unhappily. Not just a normal cat meow, an unhappy cat meow. So I'm trying to be more calm. So he doesn't think I'm raising my voice at him. How's your gaming been going, Caro? Have you been winning? Here we go. We're getting to see a different part of the garden. Love it. I do enjoy when he's not just staring at the same bush the whole time. That's great. Ooh, like a beta test for a game you've been bug testing, Caro. Have you seen that new FPS that just, I think it's still going, has a playtest weekend? War Dogs? One of the guys in our Discord server is obsessed with that. He said he's going to cry when the playtest ends. Okay, get in deja vu. We did just walk down this path like 2 minutes ago. But he do be patrolling. Yeah, that's fair. But like, the newest game I played is probably Baldur's Gate 3, and that's like 3 years old by now. What else have I bought anything else recently? I don't think so. If I have a look at my Steam library, I'm sure I can find something. No, I'm pretty sure I have bought something recently. I remember entering my credit card details. Or maybe I was just buying something else online. There'll surely be something on my Steam library that I've bought recently. Oh yeah, Windrose. So Windrose was this year. And then Baldur's Gate 3, like 3 years ago. And then, I don't know, not much else, if anything. The sun is desperately trying to peek out between the clouds, which I want to happen. It's fucking freezing right now. Could definitely do with some sun. Hello, Bob. Yes, the commands still work. It just goes in the little corner of the screen, though. It doesn't upscale. Well, I could probably get them to upscale over the whole screen. I think that's possible. I'm pretty lazy with how I've set some of the stuff up in the background. I should have different scenes set up, whether I'm recording with my phone or desktop, and then I can change the size of everything just based on the scene that it's in. So you could have lightning bolts over the whole thing. Well, I don't know. I don't know how my graphic design is going to hold up if it has to be expanded to like 10 times the size. It might start looking a bit dodgy. But as always, Storm is providing some very good procrastination for me before I get to the actual chores of working in the shed and gardening. Very good procrastination. I do wish. No thanks, Burb. I do wish he would walk some more, though. There's so much more to see, Stormy. On the grass over there, there is a bird on the ground. I don't know if Storm's seen it. But those birds bully him when he's in his catio. They'll like sit on the top of the catio netting and like squawk at him, like 5 or 6 of them at one time. Poor kitty gets harassed even when he's caged in. Okay, I'm gonna set my phone up on the tripod, and as soon as I do, I bet you he's gonna move. Okay, we are set up. I don't know if he appreciated me moving the camera closer then. He looked a bit upset at me, getting into his personal space. Making his butt look big with this camera angle. Good boy, Stormy. What do you smell, kitty? What do you smell, kitty? Oh, we're on the move. We're on the move. Doesn't look like he wants to go inside yet, which is great. Means I can both procrastinate my chores longer and he gets more enrichment. So he's a happier cat. Just give me a moment while I set the tripod back up again in hold in mode instead of setting down mode. Okay, shaky cam is officially over. I just nailed him in the face with the lead. one of the noisy miners screaming at him. I can see that getting picked up on the microphone. What's been going on over here? Some birds have been chewing at Burb's pot plant, maybe? Very suspicious behavior. These noisy miners are small, mostly grey, and they hang out in packs. And they bully other birds, they bully cats, they bully everyone. Don't know how similar to blue jays they are, but if they sound like it, I will take your word for it for sure. My sister does some burb rehabilitation, and she can't release any birds in her area just because there's swarms of noisy miners. And they just bully any bird that gets released. So I have to take it elsewhere. Okay, we're back to the shed. I haven't opened the, oh, there you go, he's sniffing the fuel tank. I haven't opened the garage door yet, so it's still very dark in here. But my camera is doing amazingly well. Oh, did he run into a spider web? Why is he being so weird? Noisy miners will harass you regardless of their nest status. But, like, I guess bullying cats is preemptive, defensive behavior for them. I think most birds in Australia will eat other birds' eggs as well. So it makes sense that they just harass every other bird in the neighborhood. Oh, we're going in. Maybe. We're on the threshold. Ah, we're going in. Let's see how poorly I keep up with him here. Oh no, there's already a branch stuck on my camera. Why don't I just loosened it instead of tightening it? Uh-oh. Wait. Don't jump yet, cat. That's crazy evolution, Koro. Fake a broken wing to lead away predators. That's amazing. It's like, yes, yes, look, I'm injured, I'm injured. Follow me over here. And then it just flies away when it's a suitable distance away from the nest. That's a great strat. We're going bushwhacking. Sorry, Stormy. I just pulled on the leash a little there by accident. It's gonna take me a year to get it for him to get over that transgression. I will not be forgiven for 12 months. Okay, if he goes behind the shed here, we might lose connectivity to the camera. But we should be back in a few minutes. If we do. But he might not go behind the shed anyway. He's found something interesting to sniff. Don't ask me what it is, I couldn't tell. But he seems very interested. Did we lose connection going behind the shed? No, I think we survived the whole way by the looks of it. Maybe because I've got the doors open and the window open on the other side, allowing that Wi-Fi signal to get through. Oh, he's going to test it again, maybe? Or we go in the front yard this time, kitty. Okay, he's had a decent amount of time outside. I am happy with the amount of enrichment he has gotten today. So if he does ask to go back inside here, which is not, I would let him in. But it seems like he still has some more gas in him yet. Oh, we're back to the spot. What are we gonna do here, Stormy? We gonna stay? We gonna move? Go back through the garden again. Go around on the grass again. We got options. Let's clean in some poop off the pavers here so I can sit down and relax. Ooh, fabulous car. We'll have a look at that. Between the between the IRL stream and between the Civ stream. Because I will end in between, I think. Depends what the timings end up being. Ooh, we're moving. Still no interest in going inside. Even if I take him for a walk like an hour before dinner time, he'll sometimes only stay out for 5 to 10 minutes and then demand to go back inside and then meow for dinner for the next at least 45 minutes. But during the week, I can only take him for walks closer to dinner time. It's my only option, kitty cat. I can take him for a walk like at night time after dinner, but it's been too cold to do that recently. But sometimes I'll take him on like very late night walks, like 10 p.m. or something. Okay, we're at the far end of the house now by his catio. So we might lose connection here as well when we round the corner. So if we do, I will be right back. Why are you meowing at me like that, Stormy? I didn't pull on the harness or anything. He's like growling. Stormy. Kitty, what's... Oh my god. He's hissing at... Why are you hissing at me? What the frick? He's so weird. He's so weird. Why is he hissing at me? Did I really raise my voice that much that he thought I was yelling at him or something? Bro, this cat is so weird. I think we're going inside now. But yeah, weirdly, now that I think about it, this always starts when we're out by the catio for some reason. which is interesting. Definitely one of the times this happened previously, it was by the catio, and he started hissing at me. I can't remember the time before if it happened in the same spot as well. Maybe this is location dependent. What is... He's a very special cat, Koro. He's a very special kitty, and this is a part of it. You want to go back inside, Stormy? You want to go inside, kitty? Huh? I'll walk past him and open up the door and see if he wants to go inside. But, like, I'm also going to be worried about him jumping me. You want to go inside, Stormy? You want to go inside? I open the door, but he seems to not want to. He just doesn't want me around. Could you hear him, Koro? Was that picking up in the microphone? The hissing sounds he was making? No, he doesn't even want to go inside. How can I help you, Stormy? You're having a little mental breakdown. I understand. It's a tough life being a cat. It's a tough life for you. Going on walks 3 times a week, having a massive catio. It's a tough life, Stormy. You okay, Stormy? You okay, kitty? .360. The leash was very wrapped around me then. Okay, if he starts like getting upset at me over here at the edge of the yard. Could be problematic. Especially if he tries to go through the fence. It's not exactly a secure fence, it's just 3 pieces of wire. I will have to pull him back, which he never enjoys. And he's already in a bad mood. Hello, hello. Okay, we're back. He just took us to the top corner of the yard where we lost connection. And sometimes it does not reconnect. But let's go get the cat out of his harness. He went up into the back corner of the yard. He got bullied by some noisy miners. And then he retreated back inside, which is an understandable reaction. Thank you, Burb. Come on, Stormy, let's get your harness off. He hissed at me again.
Well, how dare you exist?
There you go, kitty. You can take your harness off. And now you'll get Treatos. Yeah, it's Treato time, cat. Come on. There you go. Okay, our procrastination is over. That was a while. That was like an hour, almost. Okay, procrastination over. Let's go do bike stuff. It is time. Let's open up this shed a little more. So I can get this tripod set up on top of my bench grinder. Yeah, it'll probably do. Okay, let me plug everything into power here. I am gonna have to disconnect real quick while I plug this into power. I will be right back. Hello, hello, we have returned. We are back. I don't know if it does the same thing for you, Coro, but... Oh, no, it's because I was on Burb's phone as well. That should be fine for you. Okay. You guys can see figure 13 on screen. I have figure 13 in front of me here as well. Very low quality picture. The one yesterday, the one we used last week, definitely a lot higher resolution. This one, visibly blurry. So I'll see if this is adequate to put this thing back together. I probably should have cleaned up a bunch of these parts yesterday, so I know what they all belong to. That would have been smart. Like this batch here, was this from the left carburetor or the second left carburetor? Which one did we even do last? Don't remember. Let's put these in here for now. And now that I'm looking at the carburetors fresh again after having a little break. Wait, what was okay in 1995? Oh, the bike was? Yeah, the bike. Yeah, the bike was fine in 1995. I'm definitely seeing... So, like, we've got some extra things on top here. I have a feeling these were just screws. I don't think they're anything crazy. But I don't rightfully remember. What do you reckon would be on these top parts of the carburetors, Coro? Any insights? Oh, wait, I haven't even put the drain plug in this one. That's what this is. Okay, there we go. That was easy. Drain screw. I'll take that screw out of there for now. I don't know if that actually belongs there or not. But I got 4 baggies back here with parts from each carburetor in it. I think it's time we clean up this. So this is from this carburetor here. We're gonna need these springs though. Big ass lock nut. Where did a big ass lock nut come from? Okay, this is gonna be tough. But okay, I can see on the diagram the 2 springs. They appear to be part of the front assembly. I think we can put most of this stuff away. A few extra springs over here. These could be part 17 and 18 up top on the diagram. So I did keep them in these spots because this is like roughly the carburetor I pulled it off from. You know what? I won't pack these up yet. I'll just put them to the side. Keep them in there, separate rows, so I know what roughly came from where. Okay, good luck. Good luck, me. So these need to get flipped the other way around now. And then we need to swap sides. According to figure 13, the one with the electrical connection, oh yeah, there we go, that's missing a big screw right here. I took one of those out and then didn't get the other one out. We can just put that back in straight away. I think that has to be particularly tightly done up. Yeah, that'll do. So I'm now going to have to swap these around if I want it to match the diagram. Okay, so this is going to mess with my head a little bit because I have everything laid out for this direction. Ah, okay, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. So it wants me to have it this way on that side, which is inconvenient because it doesn't stay in that position. Not really. Okay, no, we'll switch everything around to match the diagram. So these two get swapped. These two get swapped. And then I need to swap all my other spare parts I have laying around that are in the order of the carburetors. So these get swapped. These get swapped. These get swapped. These get swapped. I don't think these little plastic containers matter anymore. But we'll put these up here, give us more space to work with. So flip everything upside down and we have the small side facing us. Okay, we're good for now. These are all our parts back here. And I actually think I might have knocked some behind the bench as well. I might have to go dig in. Did I drop some down here? There is. I can see a hose down there. Hopefully that's the only thing I knocked down. Because if I knock down more than just that one hose, we're probably screwed. We're probably so screwed. You can see my confidence is at an all-time high. And this was an important hose as well. This is the one that attaches to the throttle, I think. It's a cable, not a hose. But I think this is like the primary one, if I'm not mistaken, which I very well could be. Okay, we have metal bar on the front here. This is the right spot, about that. We have a nut and a washer over here. We do have a spare nut on the right-hand side here, but no washer for it. Interestingly, I have these lock nut washers for the two middle carburetors, but I don't have any screws for them. So what did I do with that? Okay, there's a lot of screws up in this pile here. Those are all just thrown in together, not split up to where I took them from. I feel like we should just be able to use this to join all the carburetors together straight away and then go from there. So if I was to do that, there's nowhere to attach it to, so maybe not. Maybe we do have to get the other pieces in first. Unless it's like underneath, but I don't think it is. Looking at the diagram, I don't think this is underneath. Yeah, no shot. We do have replacements for these top gaskets as well. I don't think we need to worry about those quite yet. So this is the hose that goes to the fuel tank. I think this is what I'll need to get a new one of because we kind of split it a little bit here. So probably need to replace this, but that shouldn't stop us from doing all this assembly now anyway. I've got a right hand hose join that I've completely busted open. Oh no, this wasn't a right hand, this was a T join like this one. I wonder if this is what part 26 is? No, it doesn't join up to a hose this long. Okay, I should have quite a few of these T joins. One down the bottom, part 26, two up the top, part 14, and another one up the top, part 11. Okay, what about these rods? Surely you can just get these rods passing through somewhere? We're investigating. We might have to go back and give our disassembly video a watch. But it does look to me, these rods are identical, right? Yeah, rods are identical. Does look like, to me, we go rod, spring, but I don't have any springs that fit. So where did those come from? There's no way it's these big guys. Nah, not even close. Unless I knocked way more parts off my desk than I realized, which is a possibility, unfortunately. I might have to go watch my disassembly video to figure out what we gone and done here. Okay, so these guys with the gaskets on them, I can see these join the outside carbs together. Yeah, this diagram is horrible. Wait, and I do see where one of the bars go. Goes through here like so. And then, yeah, in here is threaded. Okay, that's good. But this does look way too tight, no? Actually, I can kind of see how they're mechanically joined together as well. Okay. We made minor progress. It doesn't even have... Our diagram doesn't even show 2 bars. It only shows 1. Okay, I think so. We go bar, the spacer with the gaskets. No, that doesn't fit. Okay, this goes in different spots then. So bar, spacer without the gaskets. Spacer without the gaskets. Spacer without the gaskets. And I can see in between the carbs here where it has little mechanisms that lock together to mechanically join these. They each just have like a screw going down. I'll have to figure out how to do that. And when to do that in this process. It must, Coro. It must. Because before I got to it, the only thing that was wrong was a little rust in the fuel tank and in the carburetors. Okay, I don't think that has to be super tight. I think that's okay to be a little loose. I just knocked this spring out of here. So this bit has screw that goes down here, screw that goes down here to mechanically lock the carburetors together. Which screw it is though? Who frickin' knows? I have so many options of different screws back here. I'll keep this spring out of the carb for now because I think I'll just knock it out again. I'm being honest with you. And then the one... Okay, then we got more spaces we need to put in down the bottom here. I can see where these go. I think these may just be these guys. They're about the right size. But I've only got 2 of them this size, which is concerning. So did I knock one of them off my desk and I've lost it? Or is it actually meant to be different sizes here? I don't like how these two are joined together. I think maybe there needs to be an extra spacer in here potentially. Yeah, this one's loose. I think one of these might have been slightly bigger than the others, which would then solve my problem with the lower spaces being different. Let's just undo this. I think my spaces might have been slightly different sizes and I just didn't notice. I hope that's it. Moment of truth. Yes, it's like half a centimeter, not even half a centimeter. One spacer is slightly bigger than the other. So that bigger one goes in the middle and that solves our little misalignment problem we were having there. Oh, wait. Oh, two of them are bigger. Wait, no, we got more down here. Wait, okay, hold up. So we got 3 this size. And then 2 slightly bigger ones. And the ones with the gaskets are also bigger. If I'm having a look at the diagram though, it's got 7 and 7 on the outside and 6 in the middle. And then down the bottom, it's 7 and 7 on the outside and 6 in the middle. Oh, and I have another spacer here. So it is the 2 smaller ones on the outside and the 1 bigger one in the middle. Okay, problem solved. We're a genius. We're unlocking the mystery of this build step by step. So there's 2 bigger ones, so we go small spacer, big spacer, small spacer. Okay, progress. And I'm not doing that up tight, just kind of loose. Still don't know where the frick this guy goes. Down the bottom somewhere? Oh, down the back. Okay, I see. Suddenly I see. It's kind of obvious now. I'm gonna, for now, assume this is the same. Small spacer, big spacer, small spacer. It's basically just done finger tight. Okay. Okay, I'm liking this. These two aren't squished together now like they were before. I'm gonna have to undo these though, because I need more spaces down here. And yeah, so this is 2 the same size on the outside and a bigger one in the middle. And do we have another section of those? Possibly at the back here as well. It's very hard to tell. This back section here, I feel like I don't know what I'm feeling like. I'm feeling like that's where all the T-joins on the diagram are. Which I might need to order parts for potentially. I don't have any other parts hiding anywhere. Yeah. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge later. Okay, let's see if we can get this front section. So that looks like a big spacer in the middle and then 2 small spaces on the outside. And then that leaves us with the same setup of spares again, 2 small spaces, 1 big spacer. So this is seeming to be pretty consistent, which is nice. I don't know where the other ones go though. Where do the other set of spaces go? Oh, I see. Up here. Okay, so this is secured in like, well, it's secured in 2 places, but it's spaced out in 4 spaces to make sure everything stays nice and hunky-dory. It seems a little overkill. I reckon these 2 would just be enough, but I'm not gonna leave myself with spare parts deliberately, only accidentally. So we'll back those out a little, and that should allow us to get spaces in. So 1 big in the middle. And then smalls on the outsides. But then I'm going to have to do these in the other section without these ones falling out. Oh, they shouldn't. Oh, maybe they won't fall out. How they're designed, maybe they don't fall out. And yes, as you can see, I didn't clean these extra parts. I only cleaned the move-in parts. So this other stuff is all still filthy. So I can just, yeah, no, that just fell out as soon as I made space. Okay, so we got to do both at the same time. And then close this up. There we go. Those 2 spaces are in. Let's take the middle one. The big one fell out. That is in. That is in. And then let's shove it together. Perfect. And the 2 small outside ones. And then shove them in. Okay, let's tighten this back up again. It's basically just finger tight. Somehow I suspect I'm going to undo this again. Just the theory. Okay, so spaces are in, the 2 rods are in. We've still got this guy. I don't know where this guy goes. On the underside, maybe? It's not super clear from the picture where this goes. Maybe it is just like directly underneath. Seeing any good spots for it? No. Oh, that's where it goes. Maybe. That does seem to fit okay. But why? Why would this be here? I'm seeing part 2 and 3, a screw with a washer. No, that's way too big. A very small screw with a washer, if this is in fact where it goes. Wait, what if it goes down here? Oh, wait. Maybe? No, I don't like it. What are these clips? Where do these clips on the side go? This side sits flush with, no, that side sits flush with the engine. This side sits against, what does this side sit against? The airbox? Yeah, the airbox, I think. Big side against the airbox, small side against the engine. Oh no, so it is this side engine. So I'm not going to have anything on this side. Okay, we'll leave this aside for now. Process of elimination and experimentation. So I can see the spaces with the gaskets. They're like back here somewhere, but these gaps are way too small. I think this guy goes in here. We'll have to back off all the screws and probably have the spaces fall out again so that get that guy in there. So we're not going to do that for now, but that does line up perfectly. The broken one here would belong to this hose. Oops. And that would go over here. I'll slot that. I'll slot the broken T-joint in there just as a placeholder. So I think we got these two hoses accounted for. Those are parts 15 and 15 and 14 and 14 for the T-joints. Going to need an extra T-joint. T-joint 11 in the middle, which could probably be this main. This looks like a main fuel line, but way not enough space. So not here. Where else would it go though? What have I got with my floats? Nothing. I don't have anything with my floats. There's nothing I need up there. We have another T-joint down the bottom somewhere, part 26. Looks like we're meant to have a bunch of springs down the bottom as well. If part 13 aren't springs, I don't know what they're meant to be. I can see I need to put a nut here. And here is said nut. So we're going to take everything apart again and hope to not too many spaces fall out just to get this nut in. It's enough space, actually. One of the spaces did fall out already, but oh well. Oh, there goes another one. I don't think this nut is even important, I'll be honest with you. So I don't have to take the whole thing apart. Let's grab a spanner. Probably a size 10. Suzuki's love their size 10s. No, maybe 12. I don't have a 12. No way. Go straight from 11 to 13? What sort of spanner set is this? Why is there no 12? Oh, it's definitely a 12 as well. Yeah, it's definitely a 12. Whatever, I'll just do it up by hand. I don't think this nut is important. Sorry, nut. What's the equivalent to 12 mils in inches? Half an inch? Maybe? Yeah, roughly fits. I don't think these ones are meant to done up tight because this is how I wrecked one of the carburetors before. I was trying to undo a stuck nut and it twisted the thing on the inside. So I'm just going to leave that as tight as it is currently. Did have these spaces fall out. We'll put these back in. I mean, spaces are kind of in, but the other ones are liable to fall out until I tighten this up. This is like baby's first Meccano. Just seeing what fits together in what order. I still don't know where these guys go. Wait, are these? No, they're not meant to go over the spaces. Way too big for that. And this is still a mystery. Maybe if I frame it on the bike, potentially enlighten me to what I'm missing. So I don't remember how the carburetor is mounted. It can't just be slotted like it's no. Is it really? It might just be sandwiched between the airbox and the engine. It might not actually have its own mount. Now that I'm looking at the bike over here, although there are some screws up top there, but they're not threaded. Yeah, that's just for the fuel tank. Might not have its own mounts. They all turn. When I turn this middle bit, they all turn, which is great. Not evenly, because I haven't put the screws in yet. But that's pretty good. This one isn't resetting properly. So it needs a spring that pushes it that direction. And I do have a whole bunch of spare springs lying around. Probably the same with this one, hey? This one's already got... Why is this one already springy by itself? Interesting. This one is springy, but this one isn't. But screw in there, pushing down. Oh, just I fucked up a spacer there. Okay, this is coming together. There's still so many unused screws here. So many unused screws. Okay, let's get these screws in. Lock the carburetors in place, maybe? No, because we're probably going to have to take those out again. I'm looking around for where these can go. Oh, wait, I see. Wait, maybe? On the diagram, it's showing them up the top. But I think, is that line meant to be taking them all the way down the bottom? Possible I was looking in the wrong spot there. It's bigger than the small spaces. They're only slightly bigger than the middle spaces, but that's not where they go. They definitely go on the outside somewhere. Oh, I think I've figured it out. They go inside those holes, which is why it looks like they can't fit in that gap. And that would explain why they have gaskets on them, because they go inside one of the other ones. Okay, so we have to pull the hole, we have to pull it apart again. Try not to let too many spaces drop out and slot these ones here. Wonder if there's one that goes, oh, and the one that goes in the middle is going to be the main fuel line, surely. Yes, but I'm also missing a gasket from it. And also the gasket I do have is cracked up as high hell. There's so many cracks in it. But we have figured it out, which is a good thing. We've figured it out, but we've definitely got some more parts to order. Let me grab a drink. This calls for a water break. How successful we're being here. What's up, bub? She's watering her chilies. That's what's up with Burb. Okay, great progress. Back these guys off out of here. I will try not to lose too many. Where's the other one gone? Here. I'll try not to lose too many gaskets, too many spaces when I get these guys in, but I think it might be inevitable that I do. Actually, I can stand it on its edge, and then they should stay in place. Oh, one of them fell out already. Never mind then. Because they do have little, yeah, whatever. Let's do it one side at a time. So we get this guy in here. Maybe we do standard on its edge. This is definitely how this is meant to be done. Don't even worry about it. It's going flawlessly. No problems. Okay, now we need to make a gap down the bottom between the bottom two carburetors to get this next one in. So we just lift, then insert. Try not to shake it too much so those spaces don't fall out. Have they already fallen out? No, they're both still there. Good. Now let's push this down. The middle spaces are still good. The top spaces are still good. One bottom spacer in. Other bottom spacer in. Okay, now let's do this up. Again, are we counting how many times I've done up and then undone these rods? Got to be up to like 5 or 6 by now, surely. Okay, progress. Should I have put this in yet? No, because we're just going to have to take that out when we get new gaskets. I might just be able to buy the whole hose assembly. That'd be handy, because yeah, this hose probably needs replacing as well. This cable sleeve is all fucked up, although it's not that bad, honestly. Still a lot of random screws here, which is a little concerning. But if it holds together fine without the screws, who needs them? Who bloody well needs them? Yeah, there's like random screw. Oh, this is totally where this goes. I think I just figured it out. Maybe? Oh, I don't know. That's also kind of... No, this has to go down the bottom, surely. With where it is on the diagram, it has to go down the bottom. Although it does fit... Oh no, it fits so well here. That's the problem though. Because these carburetors, they're not quite symmetrical. But like they're all just slight variations of themselves. The main body is basically the same. This actually looks like it fits in so many different places. And then we've got like another thing up here, like another... Surely that's for cables, maybe? I don't know what's meant to run through here, if anything. It looks like it is meant to have something. No, because these are sitting further back. Yeah, there's nothing attached to these. They look like they're meant to be a cable guide. But I don't have anything like that. I've just got the one cable that comes down here into this part. Oh, yeah. Okay, and I figured out what these clips are for. These clips go over that weird bit at the top of the carburetor. I don't know its purpose. It does that. What does that do? Coro, I need you. I need to show you this. I need you to tell me what the frick I'm looking at. I know mostly how a carburetor works, but I don't know this part. So, on each of the carburetors, we've got these like little release valve type things is the best way I can describe them. They come out like that. And then we have this bad boy that clips on to each of those relief valves. So they can all open at the same time, presumably. Like so. Oh, my head torch just died. Great. I'll have to charge that battery. But then also got screws here that looks like it, maybe the screws still allow it free movement. But I don't remember the purpose of this component. And like that kind of looks like a slot for a cable as well. Is it the choke? Maybe it's the choke. No, I don't think so. I think the choke cable and the clutch cable both went onto this. I'm pretty sure we had choke and clutch cable both onto this middle assembly. One wrapped around the other way, the other way. Don't know what this part's for then. And on the diagram, it's only showing one screw holding it in place. So I don't know what's with that either. What screws have we got that fit in here? We're just putting random screws in random spots. Here we go, this one. And it has a washer. Washer's tiny though. It doesn't actually hold it in place at all, I don't think. So am I meant to have something else in between these two carburetors? Because I do have like some spare springs and stuff. Okay, that does keep it here very loosely. No, it doesn't even. Keeps just one side in. Doesn't really keep the other side in. I feel like maybe these screws are better contenders. Yeah, maybe. Definitely going back into the making shit up territory. But I can see like the grease stains or whatever on these things, and it does look like these screws fit it a bit better. A lot better, actually. But the diagram does clearly show a screw with a washer on the right-hand side. So I don't know what to do about that, but we'll take this one out for now. But this is now, it's still loose, but like you can't just pull it out. Still don't know what the purpose of that is. Because if I look at this, yeah, this has got 2 points here to attach cable ends. Okay, I just have a look at my bike. This one is, what am I looking at? Accelerator and clutch cable. That is my brake, not my clutch. Unless I'm sitting on the bike, I don't know what does what. Yeah, okay, so this one's the accelerator. I can feel that. Where's the clutch cable going? Oh, here it is. Ooh, that's not moving. Does it need to be in tension? Huh. Huh. Does it need to not be in tension? Needs to be slacking? Okay, interesting. Thought for sure that was the clutch cable. I think I'm distracting myself though. This is a problem for future. Oh wait, choke cable. That's what I said, not clutch cable. I said choke cable, didn't I? No, that's not doing anything that I can feel. That one's definitely 100% accelerator, no questions asked. Wait, they're both accelerator? Wait. I have two cables for the accelerator? One pulls while the other pushes? Wait, what? I didn't know that. Wait. What? I mean, I guess that makes sense. One of the cables is what pulls it back to neutral position, I suppose. And then the other one's actually what opens the carburetor. I guess that makes sense. I just assumed there was a big spring somewhere, like in the handle or something. But I guess two cables make sense. I guess the springs are on the carburetor, and then they pull the cable and pull it back to neutral. Okay, so both of these are accelerator cable. What the frick does the choke do then? The choke is definitely on a cable, no? Huh. But I'm not seeing any extra cables over here. Just concerning. Look, like I was trying to figure out how to rebuild the carburetor by looking at the bike. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Oh, wait, Coro with some wisdom. Push and pull and pull. Ah, okay. Okay, in that case, Coro, did you see my question about what the hell this thing is? It like opens a release valve on all the carburetors or something. I was wondering if this was what the choke was, but if I don't have a choke cable, then I don't see how this is controlled. Do you know what this is? Because, okay, I get it. My accelerator cable comes down here, attaches to either side of this spinning guy. This adjusts my idle state, I think. And it comes up here somewhere. Comes up the middle somewhere, up here. Yes. I can see. This is acting as like a physical stop to the rotation. So this acts as my idle state. Damn, I'm so smart. Bro, in the diagram, it makes it look like that gold bar and these two touch each other. Unless I've got this in like but no, there's nothing else that clips onto. It has to be there. This diagram makes it look like they're together. I think I'm nerfing myself with a really bad assembly diagram. I swear. I swear it. Okay, Cora says it looks like the choke. And the choke should have a cable attached to it, right? Because I'm moving my choke on my bike. Yeah. I don't want to bring the camera over because that will cause the microphone to bug out. We'll just rotate where it is. Because I'm moving my choke. Oh, fuck, there's a whole cable over this side. Never mind. I should have walked around the other side of my bike. Okay. Okay. So choke cable goes onto the gold. The two accelerator cables go onto the spindly thing. I've got a hose here. Why do I have a hose connecting the engine to the carburetor? What does that do? Is that just like to make sure the pressure is equalized? No, you don't want equalized pressure. The carburetor works with unequal pressure. Do we have any other Coro wisdom? Okay. Okay, choke cable goes to this guy. It's a little loose, but whatever, I think it's fine. Both accelerator cables go to this middle guy. We need to put a few extra screws in here to properly mechanically sync the carburetors. At the moment, they're just a bit dodgy still. And a screw between these two as well. But okay, let's get this idle screw in. I still do have a concerning amount of screws up there. Where the frick do they all go? I guess at this stage, anything that can take a screw just gets a screw. I also have these coming off here, which it looks like they could be hoses, but there's no room to put hoses, so I guess not. Maybe those are just like air vents type thing. Okay, this is the idle screw. So this is right there is just no adjustment. So just leave it there for now. And then this mounts this direction, allegedly. Bottom of here. Mounts there. I think that's good. That looks good to me. Good place to mount it. What screw would I use? Screw number 5. I don't see any screw number 5 used anywhere else. So maybe I look for one that's unique, but no, all these screws look the same. Just slightly different lengths now. Okay, that one doesn't fit. That's too small. Slightly fatter screw, maybe this one? Also doesn't fit. Maybe I have this over here. Yes, I do. Yeah, there we go. I think we actually got the right screw. Amazing. Okay, idle adjustment screw. Definitely going to need to play with that when we get it back on the bike. I think, if I recall correctly, I think it idles at like 900. I'll probably have to look up the manual. I don't remember. It idles somewhere around the 1K mark. I'll look up the manual for that though. That looks like a spring. Am I missing a spring? On top of the washer, I'm missing a spring. I don't have any springs that long or that thick. I'm sure that won't be a problem. I think any of these springs are fat enough. But I guess it's using a spring to lock it in place instead of a nut, so it doesn't change setting while you're riding with all the vibration. So maybe I should try and find... Let me see if I can find a spring that fits. I don't think though. I'm skeptical that I have one. Ooh, okay, that spring fits. That actually looks a little short. That spring does not fit. Yeah, I think this is my only option. Process of elimination. Let's assume this is the right spring. Oh, my poor bike, what I'm putting it through. Yeah, okay, now that spring looks good. It's going to start kicking in right as I get to the no adjustment position, right about there. I think we're making great progress here. A few things I'm going to need to buy. We need an extra screw for inside this carburetor. We're going to need to rebuy some T-joints and rebuy the main fuel line into the carburetor. This guy, I think, is just a drain hose. So I don't think I care that it's a bit bashed up. Don't know where it goes to. I don't know what hoses 24 are on the diagram with T-join 26. I don't even know what they connect to. It looks like they're capped as well. So I don't know what the purpose of that is or where it goes. I can see this one here is meant to have like a rubber cap over it. Actually, all of them meant to. All of them except the leftmost one. Okay, that's good intel. But this diagram doesn't have anything coming off the left one. I might have to find a different diagram. Ah, might be this. No, I had this on the left one. I have this here, which doesn't necessarily seem right, but it definitely doesn't fit on this one. And that does interfere with the choke a little bit. So it's probably not right. This has been some very good progress. But I am a little concerned about all these screws. I know we need some screws in here to mechanically lock it all together. So I'm probably going to have to take all this apart again. And 2 of them have springs in them. I think this one's meant to have a spring as well. So I'm going to have to take a lot of this apart again to get some of these screws in. But this has been good. This has been very good. Let's take the choke off. And again, anything is dependent on having the choke in there, apart from the cable. So I think we got these 2 springs here for the outside join. And then what screws? These ones are kind of looking good. But how tight were these done up? These are for some fat springs. Maybe it was, I do have some smaller ones here, but those look too small. Did the screw pass through the spring? I'm pretty sure it did. I think I'm going to have to do basically a full disassembly though to see this. No, the screw didn't go through the spring. The spring just sat in the bottom there. Let's see if I can get this in. Oh, I have pretty small fingers, but I don't think it's going to be able to do this. Yeah, this spring is going to be some serious compression. But I do think these other ones are too small. I still have 4 springs sitting over here, which is a little concerning. But maybe maybe I got those as part of replacements, so I don't need to worry about them. Maybe some pointy nose pliers. Nah, even these are going to be too fat. Maybe though. No. I'm sorry to say it, but I think I'm going to have to do pretty major disassembly here to get some of these parts in that I skipped. But this is all part of my inefficient process. If I didn't start with these larger components that held the whole thing together, I wouldn't have figured it out. Are they in Australia, Coro? Oh! Where did it go? Okay, it's here. I was worried it dropped on the floor. But yes, I'm definitely concerned about all these screws. Where the frick do they go? I really don't see where they could all possibly go. Maybe I can get in from this direction. Nah, this is impossible, actually. Can't balance a round spring on my finger to get it in there. And can't fit 2 fingers. Tisk, tisk, tisk. There we go, I got it in. Just don't ask me which direction it's in. Because it's definitely not in the springy direction. It's a sideways direction. Come on. Why can't a spring just work in 360 degrees? That should be good enough. Okay, I'm going to have to... Yeah, we're going to have to do a bit of a disassembly here. But we are losing the light. Still got a little bit. I don't know if you can tell. You can like see the light coming through the window onto like part of my desk, but not the part that we're working on. And I don't really want to disassemble and then have to reassemble when the light. Wait, what am I doing? Why haven't I turned the shed lights on? We have electricity. That only helps a little bit though, because it is behind me. I'm just deciding whether I do the disassembly now to try and get the spring and the screws in, or if I save that for another time. But I think you can probably tell by my meandering that it's going to be another time. What goes in here? Could be nothing. That could just be part of a standard Suzuki carburetor model that's not actually used for this one, but... And I do have replacement gaskets for these. But these just go straight in here, I guess. Does I really have a spring sitting inside the carburetor like that? I did not realize that's how it was. No, that can't be real. No, it goes inside here. It does not sit inside the carburetor. That was a crazy thought. That was an insane person thought. There's not going to be a spring inside the carburetor chamber. Ridiculous. goes in like that, and that goes on. Wait, what? Is that real? The carburetors are that blocked off? The carburetors are like 90% blocked off? Is that real, Coro? And then does like air pressure open in them at all? No, this is not a calibrated spring. Are they just always 90% blocked? That's crazy. That's insane. But then, yeah, I got screws for these as well. That's crazy. I did not realize that that's so blocked off like that. Yeah, definitely don't want to do these yet. Okay, well, we're gonna wrap up for today. I kind of want to keep going, but I also don't want to reassemble this in some dying light. I will order the parts that I need tomorrow to finish this off, because I think we have identified everything that we need now. We need one screw for this carburetor here. If we're looking at the figure 13, we need replacement hoses. Hopefully there's just like a hose kit, because we need 3 T-joins, part 14, part 14, no, we don't need part 12, but we do need the washers from part 12, because these ones are cooked. And then these are just drain hoses, I think, so we don't really need to replace them, but I should get the T-join done and maybe clear them out. They've definitely got some rust in there that have pushed through the carburetors and then out these hoses. I can see red inside there. So we need 2 rubber T-joins. We need a main hose assembly, or at the very least gaskets. There's some, I don't know what part 24, 24, 26, and 25 are, but it kind of looks like nothing. I was going to go ahead and assume that that's nothing to worry about. What's the worst that could happen? We know where our choke connects. We know our accelerator throttle cable goes through here onto here. We need to add a few more springs and screws in. Find out where some of these other screws go. But yeah, not actually much we need to replace here. Just some hoses that kind of teared apart as we took them off. Do need to clean out the air box. This has got some stuff in there. Probably just soak that in. Soapy water is all that needs. Air filter is definitely looking a little worse for wear. Yeah, that's got some massive buildup actually. Don't think this would be cleanable. I probably shouldn't have touched it with my greasy hands. Maybe we get a replacement filter as well. I don't have compressed air to blow that out, and I don't think a can is going to be enough. So I might see if I can get a replacement filter as well. I think we're in a very good spot here, though. It turns out those two diagrams were enough. After having the carbs fully disassembled for so long and cleaned, I was really procrastinating doing the final reassembly. Well, maybe not final reassembly on the bike, but honestly, getting it on the bike is just a issue of geometry because it's so tight in there under the frame. It's so tight. Very happy with what we've got so far. But I'll order a few more replacement parts and we'll finish this off depending when they come, maybe next week, maybe the following week. But that is going to be us for now. I don't know if the audio is going to fuck up when I move this. We'll see. Okay, I think we got the good audio back, but whatever. We're just going back to our computer to end the stream. Thank you for joining, Coro. Anyone else who was hanging around. That was a very successful assembly, and we'll continue it again later. But for now, GG, goodbye. We'll be back in 1.5 hours for some Civ 6. Some Civ 6 in 1.5 hours. Hopefully you should be sleeping by then, Coro.